Well, today we are discussing some questions about our job because we are going to listen to some people talking about their jobs. So I am choosing some questions for some of you in a way that we can cover most of them, and then we are going to practice in pairs. Well, so let me ask you, Alvaro, what are the key responsibilities in your current position at this moment? Like the most important task and responsibilities that you have to carry out at work?
Okay. In this moment, I administrate the database of um, students at Polytechnical. So it is important because we manage all the information that the students have in this university.
And,
Um, and
and what?
I have to keep the machines running all the time without failures, um, and to be available for the systems that use this kind of data.
Okay, and what could be a possible consequence or a possible problem that can happen at work?
Maybe the one first consequence could be that the students couldn't, I don't know, couldn't sign on in the application or in the app for a scholarship or to check their grades of every subject
And
in
does it
this.
happen frequently?
No, not really. Just when there is a network problem, maybe there is a delay in in the app, but we try to be available all the time.
Okay, excellent. Well, Lou, hello, Lou. Can you tell us about
Hi.
your current job and what is something that you really enjoy about it? Finally.
Yeah, sorry. It was a technical failure here. Okay, well, I'm gonna pretend being in my last job
Yes.
as an auditor, you know. Uh, well, an auditor, uh, we need to examine or examine
Examine?
the quality and the standards of the activities some areas have, for instance, in the hospital, in the not only as in the medical offices, but on the administrative and stuff. But it's really interesting to have all these reviews, all this examination, because we can enhance the the way the activities need to be done there in order to give all the attention to the patients that are going to the hospital in order to trying to recover their health. So it's something really interesting, and it's uh, important to have high standards, you know, and the quality of attention to the patients and their families and stuff, because they are in this mood, you know, they are so vulnerable, apart from the healthy situations they could have, the health, I mean the health situations they could have, they are emotionally really sensitive at that very moment. So
Yeah, maybe.
the attention we need to give them uh, must be in the highest quality. So the important thing that we need to do as auditors is trying to fix all the situations that are not being done the way they should be. So it's interesting to have the chance to do it that way.
And what are some of the common problems that you have in this?
Well,
In the,
maybe for instance, we are trying not to have a lot of, or to spend a lot of time, for instance, in this ER area, because the patients are really in this uh, pain and stuff. So we are trying to attend them as possible, because
was this? Mhm.
yeah, because not only because of their health, but I mean physical health, but the emotional situations they are trying to manage at that very moment. It's it could be sometimes a little bit chaotic. I had some uh, situations there when the patients are uh, having this pain and trying to be attended immediately, but they are not at that moment because some people got before them. So it's a little bit
They get
difficult.
angry.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was looking after my sister, like some weeks ago, she was at hospital, and I remember there were many people, and I thought they were the relatives of the people in this kind of emergency room, but no, all of them were patients. So I was like really shocked to see so many people waiting to be help and to be heard, and some of them complain, but I think
Yeah.
some doctors cannot do more because they have a lot of work. So
Yes, they
yeah,
are
we need to
trying
be, yeah.
to aid a lot of people at the same time, but it's not possible. Yeah.
Yes. Well, a question for Rebe. Hello, Rebe. Uh-huh. Well, I know this is your first formal job, so I have another question for you. What would be some factors that you may consider, or that would make you consider your changing your current job?
Teacher, why you ask me this when I'm in my work?
They can hear you, yeah. Well, but it is just imaginary. You just need to imagine. Let's suppose.
Maybe I think that something that could make me consider changing my job is when the boss
Mhm.
don't respect some how do you say derechos?
Are you right?
Yeah, right. I forgot that word.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, or or rights as a employee.
Mhm.
And so that thing that when they cross that line, that could be something that I won't accept.
And you were,
And
and I think you would be right not to accept.
yeah, for example, in the work where I was doing my professional practices, I
Mhm.
didn't like that. For example, they asked me to stay more hours, and I didn't get mad because of that. But the thing was that they don't pay extra hours, and they don't even say thanks when I help them to solve problems that wasn't my area.
Your responsibility, yes.
Yeah, my responsibility, and they get delays with the payment, but they want me to attend problems that I didn't have to. So that's some things that don't that I won't accept anymore. I think
Mhm.
that I was very young when I was working there, so I thought that uh, that wasn't very bad, but now that I'm older and that I'm conscious about the rights that I have,
Mhm.
I know that I won't accept that anymore. Um, and I think that that could be the only one, because when I have a lot of work, or if I have to be extra hours at work, I don't get angry because of that if I have lots of work and I know that I have to hand in some things or some how do you say pendientes?
Some how would you say that? Some some things to do. Uh-huh.
Yeah, well,
Assignments.
yeah, maybe
Assignment.
assignments.
Uh-huh.
If I
And
have,
more than assignments, I think it refers not only to the assignments, but also to the tasks that you have to complete.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
well, if I have to stay extra hour because I have to hand in those things,
Mhm.
I accept it, and but I, of course, if it is not every day, of only if it's necessary. Mm,
Okay. Well,
and
I think you are right not to accept these things. Uh-huh. But we need to learn that we need to take care of our jobs. So there are some negative things that we can still deal with without any problem. But as you say, if they overpass the line, I think we should consider changing our jobs. Okay, thank you. And what about you, Alex? What would be something that you say, no, I cannot endure this, or I cannot continue with this, or yeah, you cannot bear it.
Maybe having a selfish boss, a mean boss.
Having a mean boss, okay.
Yeah, that would be something. And apart from that, not having the chance uh, to get to a higher position, to reach higher positions. That would be another
If
thing.
you didn't have
The
the
chance,
chance,
yeah.
okay, like there were
And
no possibility of development or growing in this company.
yeah, exactly, the chance to set a whole career. And another thing that would be also important for me is having the chance or being in a company which supports me to uh, not only supports me but also encourage its staff to develop its abilities, to keep
Mm.
learning. I mean, sending them to courses and in order to get certifications and stuff like that.
Okay, okay. And have you ever been in that situation in which you have a mean boss, or you feel you are not growing?
Uh, no, I have never been in that position. My previous boss, although we had different ideas,
Different
especially
views?
especially related to politics.
Politics.
Yeah, he was aware that that was not part of the job, so he
Okay,
respect that part. And in that place, I had the chance to grow.
okay, okay. Well, excellent, Alex. And you, Alvaro, something that you say, I think if I were in that situation, I would change my job. What could be?
Mm, I'm not sure. It could be if I if I had, uh, I'm not sure if I need to do extra hours without pay. I would change my current job because sometimes it's very difficult here in a public center or sector.
The public sector.
Um, yes, in a public sector, it's difficult to get paid after you have done the work.
You
So
have to wait a lot, yeah?
yes, it is. You need to wait for 2 months or something, and after that you won't receive the full payment because the the tax of the government will be bigger.
Yes.
So it's bad for me if I need to do more work in an extra hours without paid. I would choose to look for another job.
Okay. And have you ever been offered another job and saying maybe that could be a good option?
Yes, I have some opportunities to work in a private sector,
In the private sector, yes.
but I decided to stay here at Polytechnico because I have a lot of options to study and to do more things that I like it, such as finish my thesis or doing English courses or prepare for certifications. I think I have more opportunities. Also, the payment is low uh,
Mhm.
because in the private sector, I could earn 3 times or more,
Oh,
but
okay.
here I have time, so for me it's good.
It's better. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, Gabby is here. Sorry to interrupt. And this is, for me, it is a great thing that Gabby is here. Hello, Gabby. I
Hello,
have a
teacher.
question for you before we go to the rooms. Gabby, hello. We are talking about our jobs. So, the question for you, Gabby, what is your current job now, and what do you enjoy most about
Well, right now I am doing a PhD. So they gonna give me a scholarship for studying the post course,
the postgraduate?
the postgraduate course.
Course?
So right now that's my principal income. And what I enjoy about it is that I have the opportunity to continue learning and to get specialized in this field, which is economics. And I really like it. And also that I have the opportunity to going abroad to study. It's another positive thing.
You will remember me when you are in those countries, Gabby, please.
Yes, of course, teacher.
Excellent. Well, let's check the other questions. I am going to read them for you, and then we are going into the rooms to practice. So remember, what factors could make you consider changing your current job? Maybe that they offer you more money, or maybe that you don't really like the job that you have. And how important is career growth and advancement to you? Or not really important? It is well, money is more important for you. I don't know. What aspects of a job or workplace do you think people commonly find challenging? What are the difficult things that people say, oh, this is something really difficult for me, in general, or maybe in your workplace? And the last question, in your opinion, what are valid reasons for someone to change their job? Just because they don't like it, or or maybe there are important reasons. So I want you to consider these questions. I am going to open the rooms. This is let me show you the, well, this is frame I will tell you in a moment. Teacher. My computer is a little bit slow today. 81, frame 81. Okay. So I am going to open the rooms for you to discuss this in smaller groups. Now that we are more. So let me open it. Okay, give me a second. Just a moment. Well, please go there and talk to your partner. Well, we continue with the topic. Hello, Ere. Hello, Lucero and Diana. They are here. Hello,
Hello.
Ere. Hi.
Hello, everybody.
I have a question for you and for Lucero and Diana. Well, but let's start with you, Ere. What would be some factors that would make you consider changing your job?
Where are you? Wait. I think that the environment, and a very frequent factor, I think, is when you don't have a good boss, because it's not because of the enterprise or the company, it's because of the boss, the way of to be it's different to be a boss than to be a leadership.
A
I
leader.
mean, it's
A
a
leader.
leader. Yeah. So it's totally different. And sometimes when you quit, or you don't want to be, or you stop to feeling good at your job, is because of the boss, not because of your duties, or the field where you are working, or things like that. I think this is a very important factor, to consider.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what is your current job?
Actually, I'm just working as a independent consultant in tourism, and as a teacher in a private university. This is an online job, so I'm like this. But yes,
You are
I
your
have
own working environment.
yes, and you know, something that I appreciate now. Of course, it's not the same salary that I get to use when I was working for a big company, or things like that.
Mhm.
But I appreciate a lot my time, my schedule, and the time that I can have with my relatives, or with the people that I want. It's very. I think nowadays, or I don't know if with the time, and when you grow up, you
Mhm.
change your mind about which are
The
the
important
goals
thing.
of your life, or the meaning of how do you say éxito?
Success.
Éxito? Success
Success.
career. So it
You,
depends what
your
success.
definition changes.
Yeah,
Yes.
your definition and your goals changes. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well, I
that's
totally
why.
understand.
Yes, and that's why I was starting to tell Gabby and Lucero about these things, and we
Sorry.
came back to this big room. Yes,
You were interrupted. Sorry. Well,
yes, no, it's okay,
but
it's
I
okay.
wanted to know, I really wanted to know about you. And what about you, Lucero? What would be some aspects that you think would make you change your job?
I was telling the girls that maybe dealing with rude people, like
Rude
people who,
coworkers or colleagues?
yes, yes, and also bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, well, I was telling them that maybe the payment
Could be another
also.
factor. Mhm.
And sometimes if they ask me things that I don't have to do,
Or you don't want
well,
to do.
or
Well,
yes,
yes.
or even I
Sure.
don't wanna do.
Mhm.
I think it would be a good reason for quite. Is the right word that I'm
To
using?
quit. To quit.
Quit. Okay.
Quit.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
this is what I think.
And in your, thank you, Lucero. In your case, Diana, what could be a factor that could make you change your job? Diana.
Sorry, teacher. Well, in my case, I think it's growing is the principal
A
factor.
growing opportunity?
Yeah. Yes, because I think there are some companies that they all the time maintain you with this motivated, but when they don't give you the tools to continue,
Growing.
continue learning and growing, in that job, I think it's time to change.
I agree with you. And for example, in my case, I noticed that although I don't earn the same salary that I used to earn, as Ere said, now I feel happier. I feel happier in many things. Like I am learning more. I am developing the courses I really wanted to teach. Not always based on a book, but based on many other things. And now I have the chance, as Ere mentioned, to spend more time with my family, with myself, and not to worry about the traffic, about the many things that nowadays I learned during the pandemic, I learned to love. So that could be another factor, a different way of life could be another. Well, excellent, guys. Today, today we are going to start with listening. Listening part 4. In these kind of listening exercises or listening tasks, you need to choose two things. In the exam, you only have two opportunities to listen to this to 5 people speaking, and you only have 2 opportunities to choose from 2 tasks. This is the most difficult part of for me and for many teachers and many people, this is the most difficult part of the listening section. So what is the strategy? Well, I am going to propose one strategy. We are going to have many chances, not just one. But in this first exercise that we are going to take, my strategy would be to focus on the speaker. Well, first, read quickly. You only have 45 seconds to read everything. So you need to read very fast. And if you are doing the exam, the paper-based exam, you should underline important words for you, because it is my important words are different from yours. So read the 2 tasks quickly, and then the first time you listen, try to identify to complete the first task and identify what he or she is saying, but always making notes. My advice, always try to write things that you hear, not complete sentences, because it is you could get lost if you try to write complete sentences, but try to identify what he or she is saying, the speaker is saying, and you would choose one. The first task is usually about something general. And then the second task is about something more specific. So little by little, let's start with the first one. Let's start reading the first task. Well, first the instructions. So I would choose Lucero to read the instructions, please.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It says part 4.
Perfect.
You will hear 5 short extracts in which people are talking about changing their jobs. That's one.
That's not fun.
For questions 21 to 25, choose from the list A to H the reason each speaker gives for changing jobs.
Okay, this is the first task. Let's concentrate on the first. It says, while you listen, you must complete both tasks. But at this moment, let's concentrate on the first one. Can you continue reading, please?
Yes. Letter A, unfriendly colleagues. B, poor holiday in entitlement.
Entitlement, let's say facilities or benefits. So maybe you don't have many days to take a holiday every year. So that could be, for some people, this could be very important.
Okay. Lacking a sense of purpose, needing more of a challenge, the workload, disagreement with the superiors, no prospect of aguacate advancement.
I miss that. No prospect
Yeah,
advancement.
and the physical environment.
Okay, so remember, the first task is something general.
Excuse
Remember,
me,
yes,
what does it mean workload?
the quantity of work that you have,
Okay.
a heavy workload. For example, if you have to finish very late and you have to do extra work at home and you
Okay.
feel you never finish, I would quit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, then let's go with task 2. And for task 2, I will ask Gabby. Now that we have Gabby here. So let's take advantage.
Yes, teacher. Task 2. 4 questions, 26 to 30. Choose from the list A to H what each speaker feels about your new job. A. Encouraged by early results. B. Hopeful about future success. C. Delighted by a change in lifestyle. D. Relieved the initial uncertainty is over.
Or uncertainty.
Uncertainty is over. E. Glad to be helping other people. F. Grateful for an increase in salary. G. Happy to feel in control. H. Satisfied with the training received.
Okay, so my advice at this moment, the first time you listen to this, focus on the first task, but try to write something which could be important to answer the other question. In this case, I think, well, you will see that these people have changed their job, and now some of them, I think, feel better. So the first, in the presentation, you already have the audio here. If you, after the class, want to listen to it again, the audio is here. You just have to play it. Oh, teacher, yes. I love technology. So I will play it for you the first time. Try to focus on the first task. And then we are going to do the second task. And then we are going to check the answers and comment on them. Okay? My advice, take a piece of paper or a notebook and a pen or a pencil. Also, try to divide this is what I do because it helps me. Try to divide the paper or the page into 5 columns for speaker 1, speaker 2, or lines. Speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3, speaker 4, and speaker 5. Because you will make notes. So you tell me when you are ready. I am going to do it to work with you. Use your reactions to tell me when you are ready. Okay, Ere is ready. What about the rest of you?
Yes, teacher.
Gabi, ready? Thank you. Rebe, Alex. My well, this is Lucero too. It is for me. It is important to be to write so that you can concentrate. Some people can concentrate better if they don't write, but in my case, it makes me it makes me concentrate hard. Okay, so let's start the first time.
Now turn to part 4.
Just let me share the sound.
Part 4 consists of 2 tasks. You'll hear 5 short extracts in which people are talking about changing their jobs. Look at task 1. For questions 21 to 25, choose from the list A to H the reason each speaker gives for changing job. Now look at task 2. For questions 26 to 30, choose from the list A to H what each speaker feels about their new job. While you listen, you must complete both tasks. You now have 45 seconds to look at part 4.
¿No se escucha o yo no escucho?
Acuérdate que te dan 45 segundos para leer.
Oh, perdón.
No problem.
Speaker 1.
After college, I worked in a bank to make money. It's a great job if you like sitting at the same desk every day, surrounded by the same familiar faces. I got plenty of annual leave, and the work itself was quite demanding. But one day I woke up and realised that it didn't amount to much and was really pretty pointless. Handing in my notice was the next logical step. I set up as a freelance photographer, a job I'd always dreamed of. After the first 6 months or so of sheer panic, I feel much calmer. This will always be a risky job, but ultimately a far more rewarding one. Not financially, mind you.
Speaker 2.
The family car sales business was the obvious and safe career route for me, even though we didn't always see eye to eye. I'd no complaints about the money, but that didn't stop me looking at what other people were doing and thinking, now that's something I'd really like to get my teeth into. And that's how I got into rally driving, really. I went to rally school part-time, then got signed up by a rally team. That's when I left the motor business, not without a bit of soul-searching. I miss the family, but looking at myself now, travelling the world, maybe even having the chance to make millions living on the edge, what's not to love?
Speaker 3.
I've always worked in the music industry, but was never made to feel very welcome in the marketing department. I guess my face didn't fit, although I was doing well enough. Then, by chance, I heard a band playing in my local venue and thought they were great. I got them signed up and suddenly realised this was exactly the type of work that suited me and my abilities, searching for talent, giving kids a start in the business I loved. So, after a while, I left the company to do just that, on a freelance basis. Pay's not bad, it's possible to negotiate good percentages, but that's not why I do it.
Speaker 4.
I worked in a busy studio as a radio copywriter. It was challenging and fun, but frustrating because it wasn't leading anywhere career-wise. I was spotted by one of the radio executives. He liked my way with words and gave me the chance of a presenting slot on a general interest show. I jumped at it, but underestimated the skills involved. Without training, it's proving a steep learning curve. It would have been better to work as an intern for free for a while to learn the ropes, but it's all about seizing the moment. Too good an opportunity to miss. Now I've got a foot in the door, I'm pretty optimistic about making a go of it.
Speaker 5.
I had a responsible job that I'd worked hard for. Most people would consider being an eye surgeon pretty rewarding, both financially and emotionally. I wasn't keen to leave, but the long shifts and the sheer volume of patients got me down. I wanted to use my knowledge and experience in other ways. I did some research on the effects of sunlight on children's eyes and eventually started up my own business. We manufacture a range of sunglasses designed to protect children's eyes against harmful rays. I'm my own boss, so I call the shots, which suits me down to the ground. I have to be strict with myself about taking holidays, though.
Now you'll hear part 4 again. Speaker 1.
After college, I worked in a bank to make money. It's a great job if you like sitting at the same desk every day, surrounded by the same familiar faces. I got plenty of annual leave, and the work itself was quite demanding. But one day I woke up and realised that it didn't amount to much and was really pretty pointless. Handing in my notice was the next logical step. I set up as a freelance photographer, a job I'd always dreamed of. After the first 6 months or so of sheer panic, I feel much calmer. This will always be a risky job, but ultimately a far more rewarding one. Not financially, mind you.
Speaker 2.
The family car sales business was the obvious and safe career route for me, even though we didn't always see eye to eye. I've no complaints about the money, but that didn't stop me looking at what other people were doing and thinking, now that's something I'd really like to get my teeth into. And that's how I got into rally driving, really. I went to rally school part-time, then got signed up by a rally team. That's when I left the motor business, not without a bit of soul-searching. I miss the family, but looking at myself now, travelling the world, maybe even having the chance to make millions living on the edge, what's not to love?
Speaker 3.
I've always worked in the music industry, but was never made to feel very welcome in the marketing department. I guess my face didn't fit, although I was doing well enough. Then, by chance, I heard a band playing in my local venue and thought they were great. I got them signed up and suddenly realised this was exactly the type of work that suited me and my abilities, searching for talent, giving kids a start in the business I loved. So, after a while, I left the company to do just that, on a freelance basis. Pay's not bad, it's possible to negotiate good percentages, but that's not why I do it.
Speaker 4.
I worked in a busy studio as a radio copywriter. It was challenging and fun, but frustrating because it wasn't leading anywhere career-wise. I was spotted by one of the radio executives. He liked my way with words and gave me the chance of a presenting slot on a general interest show. I jumped at it, but underestimated the skills involved. Without training, it's proving a steep learning curve. It would have been better to work as an intern for free for a while to learn the ropes, but it's all about seizing the moment. Too good an opportunity to miss. Now I've got a foot in the door, I'm pretty optimistic about making a go of it.
Speaker 5.
I had a responsible job that I'd worked hard for. Most people would consider being an eye surgeon pretty rewarding, both financially and emotionally. I wasn't keen to leave, but the long shifts and the sheer volume of patients got me down. I wanted to use my knowledge and experience in other ways. I did some research on the effects of sunlight on children's eyes and eventually started up my own business. We manufacture a range of sunglasses designed to protect children's eyes against harmful rays. I'm my own boss, so I call the shots, which suits me down to the ground. I have to be strict with myself about taking holidays, though.
That's the end of part 4. There'll now be a pause of 5 minutes for you to copy your answers onto the separate answer sheet. Be sure to follow the number.
Microphone. Okay, difficult, impossible, challenging.
Almost impossible for me.
Almost impossible. Okay, before we decide on our answers, because we are going little by little, I am going to open the rooms so that you can complete your notes. First, I want you to identify the job this person had before and the job this person is doing now. And maybe exchanging some things about what they did, what they didn't like. So, and then we are going to listen to this again. Don't worry. One more time. At this moment, I feel generous, and we are starting with this. Okay. So let me open the rooms. 2 teams, no, 3 teams. Let me open them. Okay. Well, try to help each other. Don't worry if you don't remember much, but try to exchange some of your notes. Speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3. Okay, just the answers, because if you want to have all the script, well, you need to check it on the presentation. Well, just in the presentation, you can read all the script here. Let me show you. This is all the script and the key. Don't worry if at this moment you didn't get all the answers right. And your homework. You have to find the clues. And you need to give the clues next class. And all the answers are here. 21, 22, 23, all of them. Fine. And now you, according to what you heard, what you listened to, you are going to find the clues. Okay? So see you next class and enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your life. See you.